In the studio with me right now, I have Karyn Malchus, who's here on behalf of Valencia United Methodist Church. Have you ever heard anybody say the phrase, "Oh, don't worry about kids, it's just a phase"? Oh, well, sometimes those phases can be the most difficult and most delicious part of parenting, and we're going to talk about that with Karyn. Karyn, how are you?
I'm good. I might have to adopt that, difficult and delicious. That's a good tagline. We are, I'm the director of family ministries over at Valencia United Methodist, and one of our taglines for our church is actually here for good. So as the director of family ministries, I started really thinking in the last year, how can I be here for good for families in the community? We do a ton of kid stuff that's based on fun and fellowship and all that, and we do a ton for families. We just had a big block party, and that went really well. About 700 people came out. But when I really started thinking, how can I be here for good for the family, I really came down to the best way to be here for good is to support the parents, because there's just not enough of that. I think if you're in trouble in our community, there's a ton of stuff out there. There's action, there's anti-bullying seminars. But in terms of just like, how do I actually do the whole parenting thing?
Yes.
Can I have some tools for the everyday life, for the non-crisis moments? I think that's kind of lacking. So that's where this whole idea of doing a parenting seminar and really trying to dig into what parents go through in every phase of a child's life. And I got to tell you, it's just a phase, don't miss it. When I think about the first part, it's just a phase, I go, yippee! And then when I hear, so don't miss it, I kind of want to cry, because as it stands right now, I've got a 6th grader, a 10th grader, and a 12th grader. So I've been through a lot of it already, right. Except for the college component. And I got to tell you, it's not easy. It's not fun, easy. But it's not easy.
It's so not easy. I have a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old, and I look back and I think to myself, gosh, at this point in my catbird seat, some of it, even the tough parts, were so incredible and so amazing that, yeah, they were difficult, but gosh, they were also so delicious, because once they become grown-ups and the problems change, I think, I sort of wish I could go back to that other, but I'm glad we made it through it, and it made us a stronger family unit. It made us my relationship with my kids, and how nice that you're doing this, because yes, we do have some amazing components in our valley to fixing things when they are breaking or broken.
Yeah.
But the idea that you get in there before you get to that place.
Right. Preventative. How about preventative?
Preventative medicine.
Yeah. We want to nurture and support before we get to that point. So sort of what the basis of this is, just a phase, so don't miss it. The idea is to sort of talk with parents about where they're at, but then front load what's coming ahead. Good. So you don't get caught off guard.
Excellent.
And I think that's probably the most important thing. Is I remember being in high school, and the first time my son brought a girlfriend home, I didn't realize some of the issues that were going to come up right away. And I thought I was on top of my game here. So I've gotten a few people in the community to come be guest speakers. I've got Michelle Krantz coming, who love her principal over at La Mesa. She is such an advocate for children and
she's
families.
A parent.
And she's a parent.
So she knows of what she speaks.
She does. And I also have Jan Reynolds coming to
another
speak.
Parent,
another
teacher.
Guru, right, in the community. So what we're doing is we're going to have 3 main sessions that we're going to speak about. One is intentional parenting of Generation Z. So one of the things is we don't get Generation Z. How do I parent to these new kids? They're brought up in a totally different environment than you and I. So that's one thing. The other 2 pieces are huge. Technology. So we're doing rethinking technology through each phase, and then teaching your children healthy sexuality. I think one of the things that we're really scared of as parents is technology and sexuality.
Those 2 things are a little overwhelming. You know, I thought math homework was bad, but man, those 2, I
gave up about 5th grade on that, honey.
Yeah. So you just hit 2 of the other very frightening things for parents. And you're doing this through speakers, and you have breakout sessions that are age-specific, practical parenting tools, light refreshments. Oh, very good, because we're going to need sustenance.
We're going to be hungry. We're going to be there on October 3rd. Saturday, October 3rd is the event. It starts at 9 and goes till noon. I know you think that's a lot of time, but when you think of all the things that you're going to encounter, this little 3-hour deal is going to help you immensely. My son is in 12th grade. When I heard Michelle Krantz speak at our orientation for his 7th grade year, I still remember stuff about every 2 months. I go, oh, Mrs. Krantz said that in that orientation meeting. I do remember that, and yeah, she was right. I guarantee that what you learn and take away from this 3-hour period is going to be useful throughout the years.
Fantastic.
So I don't care what age kid you have, you need to get your little booty there.
You want to do this. And it's $20 per household. Childcare is provided upon request, so please don't let that be the barrier to you not attending this. You can sign up through the church office. For more information, you can contact UMCV at umcv.org. It's just a phase, so don't miss it, at Valencia United Methodist Church. And I love your block here, a time frame in a kid's life when you can leverage distinctive opportunities to influence their future.
Because that's what we want, right? We
So
want a good
important,
future for
so
our kids.
important.
Yeah.
Thank you, Karyn, so very much for being here.
Thank you, my dear. I loved it. See everybody at the seminar.
Right.
Woo-hoo!